Trading in crypto is all about conviction, having a plan, and knowing when to execute it. So, in this video, Blockchain Basement, I'm Drew, here to bring the truth on how to stay strong and build a convicted trading plan for yourself as the bull market is now ready to explode. Let's get into this. Make sure you're subscribed to the Blockchain Basement YouTube channel for all our live shows, all our weekend uploads. We put out lots of content, lots of alpha, lots of calls that have come true over the past year and a half. So make sure you're not missing out. Let's get right into it though. Today, obviously, Bitcoin has had a nasty pump up here. So what we have, just covering the daily, we pumped up to about $38,000, just under it. But here's where I wanted to talk to you guys about. So if you remember, a few months ago, Monday, the 11th of September this year, we had a major retracement. And the main thing that I saw watching this move over the past few months, I'll delete this line here, is we tapped $25,000 flat right here at this point. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see this. And we came back down. We tried to come back up, but then we lost it again. And it stopped right at 25,000 once again. Okay, so you got to keep in mind when this was all going on, some of the major crypto influencers and TA experts were calling for a pretty sure-sighted call to $20,000 to fill this CME gap because it's some magical number that they think just they deserve, which is foolishness. Nothing in life comes easy. So I looked at this graph. I saw a double bottom. Okay, now seeing this double bottom, I basically was all in. I bought as much as I could in crypto in this 17K range after the FTX finally capitulated us down to these levels. But when we were in these levels, you have to keep in mind, this is where it comes, keeping multiple metrics in your head as you're watching the market. So if you see this level here was at $17,000, $16,000, it cost $19,000 to mine a Bitcoin on average in the US at the time that we were at these levels. Thus, in the basement, we felt like it was a strong floor to operate from. Since then, we piled our bags, very insulated to particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum here. It's an important thing to keep note of. Then we ride up. We see a little bit of chop, a little bit of slower upward action. Bam, back down to 25. Bam, back down to 25. So, seeing this happen, I want to talk to you guys about what I did. So just absolutely loaded the truck up right here with Bitcoin. Now we came back up to this level. I knew that we were, in for a general retracement right at, I'll move my head here so you can see. So right at this area is where I felt very convicted. I was talking to Evan Aldo, great chartist. He had a reasonable take that we were probably looking somewhere. I was thinking 25. He was thinking 23. I still felt it was reasonable to at least expect a pullback of some sort, right? It's about where it lands and where it stops and where the upward action comes back. To me, that's what I look for. So from these buys over here, I obviously on top of my old Bitcoin and all that stuff, adding to the bag, let it come up here, and then we lose this power in the upward trajectory of the markets. We have some problems with Bitcoin spot ETFs being approved. All this FUD comes out. So I see the chance to tether up. I tethered up everything right here, okay? And then I waited for the crash, right? So we had the crash initially, and this is where the internet went nuts. They were talking lower lows are in. I stayed convicted to my thought process that another tap to 25 was a reasonable thing to do for the markets, just to reset a little bit and get ready for the next leg up. We have the double bottom in my mind. That's what I'm looking at it as, confirmed here. So what I did was tethered up everything right around here, waited for the markets to crash. And this is the gut-wrenching feeling that you have to have conviction while you're watching the markets crash. Yeah, you might miss out if you tethered up and the markets are ready to absolutely pump, right? Timing and conviction are everything. So tethered up here, let it fall back down, let it sit a little bit and create some kind of floor action, just some short-term support, and reconfirmed that the 25 spot was that double bottom support level. And then I went all in on Chainlink. And here's why. So Chainlink, it was in this same time frame, ranging very tightly. Okay, so this is the range for, since May of 2022, it's been stuck in this range. That's a long time. So what I did, insulated in Bitcoin all the way through the majority of this, right? But the moment that Bitcoin had this double bottom and got this nice green close on the weekly, I looked at Chainlink and I was like, you know what? I'm moving into Chainlink now. Guess where that was? Right here. Okay. That was right here. Right at about, no, actually it was even, yeah, it was September. It was early September. Little Bitcoin Jesus helping me lead the way here. We transferred everything from Bitcoin into Chainlink right at this level because I had a theory that Chainlink is going to front run the market and be the canary in the coal mine again this time for the current bull market. I don't feel like we're in much different of a time frame. Wars were going on last time, all kinds of garbage, panny, all these things. There's always something going on in the world. Like I'm a prepper and I am sick of hearing doom and gloomers because they don't know what they're talking about. Basically, so here is where I originally had the most fun buying all my crypto that I could possibly afford, right at around January, but then also March. March was really when I backed the truck up last cycle. But guess what? What I saw? I bought some Chainlink and Bitcoin at this time, and I saw that Chainlink absolutely outperformed Bitcoin on a similar time metric. If you look at March, it was down to a $1.90 level. I grabbed, as much as I could at the time. I was an up and comer, so I grabbed, a few hundred Chainlink, nothing huge. And I just remember watching it absolutely crush in a very short amount of time. At the beginning, this is the key. It was the signal that it was the beginning of the real bull market to me last cycle. So I went off that same thesis again. And what you see here is went from $2 all the way up to $20 in a very short amount of time. Let's look at Bitcoin. And just to give you a scope of what I'm talking about here on where kind of the blue balls feeling came from the last cycle, this is the March buy. And obviously I was buying Bitcoin as well as Chainlink, right? And I held Chainlink and Bitcoin during this run, but this thing really didn't move much at all. I mean, yeah, I moved from where I got in at like 4K up to 11, great, but compare that to this. You know what I mean? $2 to $20. So that immediately, stuck in my mind when watching this current market. We're ranging, we're getting this tight coil and absolutely ready for explosion. Now, thank God it's retracing a little bit because, I'm not ready for this. I need to tell more people about the power of this project and all the actual things that are really being done with Swift and central banks around the world. That's what matters about Chainlink. That's why I'm so bullish on Chainlink outside of Bitcoin, is because it's hard-sidedly integrated, along with Ethereum, obviously. So that is what I was looking at. Went all in, absolutely backed up the truck. Very risky play, but guess what? I had conviction right there. Conviction, guys, because I am absolutely sure that inflation is going to continue to get worse in the US dollar, and I am looking for an aggressive savings account. That's my mindset for crypto. It's not this quick fix and flip type situation. It's having a sound money, having money working for me in the background while, regular fiat currency just absolutely crumbles, which is continuing to happen. So we went all in on Chainlink right here. Now, there's a few other things I want to show you. This is the Bitcoin to Chainlink chart, Chainlink to Bitcoin chart. This is also something I was keeping an eye on during this process, further confirmation of me moving into this very, very big move. It was a huge move, right? I mean, it takes a lot of guts to go in there, and I did it. I've done it before, and it's the only way I know how to operate in this market. But you can see that this breakout, it absolutely spiked out of this correlation from Chainlink to Bitcoin. And that's just further confirmation, but you have all these things, going on. This is a great hindsight viewpoint. This is from Quentin Francios, Francois, a very, very insightful chart. And really the main thing I wanted to take away from here is Chainlink is coiled up and, having that hard-sided price protection during the downside of the market that Ethereum had, back starting in 2019, all the way up to about June of 2020. But then we all know what happened to Ethereum after that, right? Ethereum was like $100, $100 to $200. Steal of a deal. I was there buying it. I hope you were too. If you weren't, we're getting the alpha. So this is the new cycle. This is where the fun begins, guys. You see what Ethereum did in between 2019 and the beginning or middle of 2020 was really some parabolic price action, but it was coiled before that came. I see the same thing being highlighted, and I was really happy that Quentin kind of just laid this out easily for me so I don't have to do all the drawing and things on my own. And this is, another thing, another point about this is having the ability to take other people's opinion. You can hear them. Yeah, maybe they're sounding kind of chaotic in their theories, but have your own plan, you guys. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, right? The crypto markets are highly volatile. That's why I'm in them, is because that volatility is the price we pay for performance. So keep that in mind. You're surrounded by people that are going to be fudding this whole process. We got, what is this? It's Crypto Savvy guy, friend of the channel, but my God, this call is just crazy. And I just want to highlight this. People are living off of these fib levels. I know fib levels in general, I mean, if you line them up the right way, work, and I'm going to have people in the comments, fib levels is everything, right? They're not guarantees, and a lot of people are getting wrecked by using this as their crypto Bible. Essentially, the thing that bothers me about this, I'll scoot out of the way here, so let's scoot you. So look at this. He is literally calling for a retracement down to $4,000 right now. That's where he's at. So be careful, guys. Be careful who you're listening to. We also have Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff, I'm a gold bug. Why are you doing this, bro? Why are you just continuing to ignore the nasty, nasty gains? They took away your bank. Wisen up. The modern monetary system does not like you. We in Bitcoin like you, Peter. Just talking about Bitcoin approaching 38K, speculators continue to front run the new Bitcoin ETF. It's coming, dude. It's coming. You can sit here and think that the arbitrage of gold ETF is going to be similar to Bitcoin, but you're wrong. The technological advancement's faster, communication's faster, the call for it from the public is faster. It's going to happen sooner. And why I feel so good about Chainlink in the future, it is outwardly working with the central banks of Australia, New Zealand, as well as SWIFT, the largest money transmitter on earth, right? And along with all the charts I just showed you guys, during that same time frame where I decided it was time to move into Chainlink, this final verification of Chainlink working with the ANZ, Australia's big four banks, and SWIFT came out. But the thing that you have to notice here is that what it is, the move on Wednesday when this came out, this is like mid-September, builds on lessons already learned from SWIFT and the Blockchain Interoperability Initiative. This is further compounding verification that SWIFT is testing with CCIP. Australia is interested. They're feeling good about it. They're outwardly talking about it. It's not just some, maybe what if thing. It's happening. It's real. So then we look at what Grayscale's doing. Grayscale has a trust. Grayscale is obviously bullish on Chainlink. If they're opening up G-Link shares to the public, this thing is trading at an absolutely nasty premium, though. They don't hold a ton of Chainlink, and it's definitely marked up. So we're doing a lot better if we're just buying spot. But, this whole move, I mean, it's been a long time since we saw, this was the fun of last cycle. We went from very low $200 Ethereum, and $4,000 Bitcoin all the way up to 69K. These things in retrospect don't feel like much, but when you really look at it from the overscope, it's good to just sometimes take a deep breath, kind of wash away all the just what ifs and the narrative and the FUD, and really just stick with your conviction. I'm convicted that data, blockchain is the future, and I'm moving in that direction. So holding on to that conviction, and I will end with this. Guess what? Another thing that I used was that helped me use the 17K level as the bear market bottom. It was very, very hillbilly TA stuff. Guess what I did? I have had this line at the top of this 2017, 2018 cycle for the majority of my crypto career. Just ever since I learned about the 4-year halving, I have left this line on my trading view this entire time. I put a little Jesus every time I back the truck up just to let me know he's got my back. But then you have this line, it kind of disappears, means very little in this level, but guess what? It means a lot right there, right? And it meant a lot right here too. Yes, it did slightly dip below, but yet FTX blow up in the biggest fraud in human history. So there was a reason why it went below that, but it was a short time lived. And I had this very basic level of the previous all-time high as my barometer for when it was time to back the truck up once again. Okay, so you don't have to overthink the market. It's useful to have a confluence of opinions, but honestly, you guys know, you can feel it in your gut. Like, when you see a consistent rollout in the mainstream media about a crypto project working with a gargantuan company with tons of liquidity and actual use case, that's juicy. You're looking for utility. You're looking for a reason why this coin will exist in the future. So, it's not like I'm not going to be investing in other things outside of Chainlink, but I'm feeling very good about it in this next bull market. I made some, predictions. I don't think that it's crazy to see Chainlink at a $200 billion market cap next cycle. I don't see that as outside of our purview. I definitely feel strong that it's going to be within the top 10 of this cycle. Bitcoin spot ETFs are coming, man. It's incredible what's coming for us. So don't discount the power of this market. What we have right now in crypto is the toenail to the elephant of the overall financial system. So make sure, once again, you guys get in on the Blockchain Basement YouTube channel. We're on Twitter. We're all over the place. Make sure to follow us. We're going live every day at 2 p.m. and we're bringing you that alpha. So hope you guys are doing well. If you get a chance, send me a like, share this with a friend, let them know how to get their own barometer of how to handle the crypto markets. As these things start pumping, you're going to have friends asking about this. So share this video with them, share the knowledge with them. I really appreciate everyone in the Blockchain Basement community, and I'll be seeing you next week. You take care.